Hey YouTube, I'm gonna have to be a bit quieter tonight because it's about 3 in the morning, and I'm back for part 6 of Penumbra. It won't be a very long video tonight because I think it's just purely late and I'm rather tired. I just felt like making one, and I just wanted to get past really tonight. The aim was to get past this part that I'm on because I noticed something in my previous video which I completely missed when I played it at the time, and that was a bolt cutter. I'll cut that in now for you quickly just so you can see it. And yeah, I just completely missed that, so I want to go back and get that and then see what it is I have to do in order to progress in this area. Only problem is that I do not remember how to get to the bolt cutter tool storage, and I'm currently there. Okay, I know. Literally, it's just around here. Down here, shelf 13. I wasn't through there. It's my location there. So section C is over here. I should have a blank sheet of paper. Yep, that's got, well, what I assume is the code for section C. But in this room at the very end, which I'd completely missed before, on the wall are some bolt cutters. But now something appears to have changed, because there was a weird flash. So now I'm afraid. Maybe the giant worm will appear. But let's see. Section C. There. I'm gonna go to shaft 12. I think was where the train was. I am actually a bit terrified tonight as well, because I'm actually playing this with well, in the middle of the night. Right, I presume I can use these bolt cutters to actually cut the cart, which I tried doing last time and failed drastically. But if I was to just click them, cut them, of course. Now, last time I established that I probably needed to push the cart down the track in order to break that wall. Let's see if this works. There it goes. There it goes. Yeah. Now I hear some weird whispering, so I really have no idea what to expect here. I am rather scared. It's rather dark. That seems to be some part of a worm. And a knife. Fair enough. Can't use it to cut. Nope. Empty drawer. Let's open up the first aid bit. See if it's... Nope, nothing in there. Right. A 60 microscope. Functional for research purposes, but we've come a long way since these were common. Right, this is a weird thing now, which I haven't seen in a while. A cohort, a man with no name. It is he who opens the gateway to hell. A grin on his face, he is terrible indeed. He watches the men writhe and turn. Still, father looks on, something vital in his hand. Okay. When I use these now, I feel as if I'm not the only one. It's getting crowded in there, like I'm just one visitor of many. Strange thing is, they all seem familiar. Do they now? Right, so that's where I came in. Ah, there's a projector here, which I can switch on, and now I see a giant worm. It's badly faded, but it looks like a close-up view of some species of annelid. Okay, now, where am I able to use... Oh, I don't know yet. I don't know what's around here. It's locked from the other side, but I think the key is still in the lock. So could someone be on the other side? Well, that's scary. There's a mess of statistic and crude drawings on this chalkboard. They all relate to a large species of annelid. Okay. So let me switch that back on. Can I actually do anything with this? I first assumed that I might have been able to use it. to actually see what it says. Well, I can click all these things. Let me see what's in here. Empty. A newspaper clipping of some sort. And empty. That thing is creepy. Stack of books. They are a mixture of industrial reference materials and scientific journals. Okay. See, I would have assumed... Ah, there's a light there. Let me move the worm from over there. Something on the wall. Let me see. It's an extract from a newspaper. Can I read what it says? Let's take a look. I need to start thinking straight. Nope. As far as I can tell, there's nothing written on this note. Now, interestingly, for some reason, I can't use that note for anything. I thought I would have been able to put it up against some light or something to see if it had anything written on it. But every time I try and click it, it just says, as far as I can tell, there's nothing written on this note. Even for hotkey, it just says the same thing. Do I potentially need to drop the glow stick? No. Ah, look. Right. KNR Monday 7th June 1993. Minor land collapse in northwestern mountain range. Seismologists on placement from the mainland reported yesterday that a small area of tundra, about 100 square meters, collapsed into a cavity beneath the surface of the snow. The land was uninhabited. The area in question is part of the northwestern mountain range, and the collapse was only noticed due to its coinciding with the arrival of an annual seismic survey team. Experts have suggested that natural cavities in the Earth's crust as the cause of the collapse, although due to its vicinity to the old system of mines from the 1970s, they have not ruled out the possibility of some kind of delayed explosion or other seismic activity. The probability that the mine is to blame for the event, however, is low, since it is very unlikely that activity on the scale observed could occur without some kind of human interference below the surface. And Dixon. Okay. Let me see what my notes say. Not notes. To-do list even. I found a note, but as far as I can tell, there's no code written on it. Okay. I definitely can't get in there. And this wall was freshly cemented, which means that someone is actually in there, that room. Which is scary to think of, to say the least. I can't seem to do anything with the projector. Then nothing else that seems to be behind it. There is another lamp here. Anything on the wall? Images and notes related to the grey rockworm. This thing is big for an invertebrate. And he's still saying, as far as you can tell, there's nothing written on the note. That article, okay, there we go. KNR, 31st January 1974. Increased sea traffic causes local concern. Inhabitants of a small village in the relatively desolate northwest have been witnessing uncharacteristically large volumes of seaborne traffic over the past 6 months. Northwest Greenland is virtually uninhabited by modern standards, containing just 0.1 persons per square kilometre, 1/3 of the national average. Sea trade has dropped off dramatically since the closure of the northwestern lead and iron mines in March 1972. The mine itself ceased operation due to a massive structural failure, following an apparent accidental detonation of standard mining explosive, where all 47 workers were assumed killed in the blast. Bodies were not recovered. Now locals are complaining the noise pollution caused by a high and steady volume of ships sailing close to shore. Unfortunately, in order for any form of official inquiry to be undertaken, the registration codes of the ships in question must be recorded, and since villagers claim the ships only travel under cover of darkness, that this may mark a difficulty for their ongoing quest for justice. Eric Nunat. Any other sheets of paper? No. Nope. Anything around here? Nope. Anything on here? Nope. Other than the weird sound of something moving. Whoa! That's an interesting little glitch. If you jump right here. Well, no, before it flung me outwards. Let's try again. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, okay. Anyway. Enough of that. Nope, nothing. Door's locked. Looks like there's something stuck in the keyhole. Can I use anything to get it out? No. Poking the key isn't going to achieve anything. I need a way to collect it from under the door once I've pushed it out. So I can't put anything under it. Newspaper under the door. There we go. Now screwdriver to push the key. There we go. Check that out. Okay. Metal key. So that's new. I've opened it. Now I'm scared. Because this whole room looked like there was someone or something inside it. And now I'm hearing weird worm-like movements. I think he's nearby. How much battery? Oh, my flashlight's got plenty of battery in it as well. Just that's for a bit more further. Oh, them things are alive. So much death and disease down here. I suppose slugs are an inevitability. Yeah, I suppose. Right. Professor, these are the biomedical journals of Dr. J. Peters, Master of Science, PhD, completed between the dates of 30th March 1969 and the 1st January 1972. At the Northwestern Research Station within the Northwestern Iron Mine, with the permission of... At the Northwestern Research Station within the Northwestern Iron Mine, with the permission of Delta Mining Corp. Replication of selected extracts left at the disposal of mine foremen. Left at the disposal of mine foremen. Subject of study: genus Rhyocophila, commonly grey rock worm. Aim: to investigate the abnormal presence of the caddis in the Greenland rock. Method: collection of samples, if indeed they can be identified correctly. Standard series of testing, observation, and dissection. Personal notes: upon arrival at the mining facility, I was immediately stunned by the sheer volume of fauna that finds a way of life down here, despite the conditions. In general, one would assume that species whose natural habitat is past a certain depth would find the intrusion of human activity too great a threat to remain in place. However, almost the exact opposite seems to be the case in this instance. It is curious that certain areas of the mine appear to be entirely without life of any kind, and yet other, deeper areas are teeming, and, were the situation permitting, I would embrace the opportunity to commit further time to the study of these organisms. However, the purpose of my stay here shall continue to be the genus Rhyocophila. Me. Finally, some writing paper. Look at me. I'm using up the pages to scroll down whatever comes to my head. What is this stuff anyway? Some kind of research paper? No matter, it's paper all the same. I can finally record what's been happening down here. I suppose about a year now. It must have been near the end of 2001 by now. I wonder when Christmas was. No matter, too tired to write now. We'll rest a little first. Professor, samples collected. The collection process has been far easier than I anticipated. The setup of the artificial environment for the rockworm went down without a hitch, and the specimens themselves are so abundant as to make keeping them out far more challenging than containing them. They are all of a healthy size, perhaps even beyond recorded size, and I can assume that this is due to some lack of natural predators down here. Specimens are as followed: 3 adults in artificial habitat, 2 larvae infants dead. Me. Got a lot to read. I've been down here for 2 days now. Was meaning to record events every day, but was too busy securing the area. I've used some supplies from the old mining system to wall myself in here. It seems as safe as a place as any, as those things should at least stay put for a little while. To that end, seems I've had plenty of luck stumbling here. All this old research is about something similar to what's been hunting me ever since I escaped the shelter 4 days ago. Don't get me wrong, after all. After what they did to me back there, I'd rather be facing anything else, and after almost a year of fighting for our lives, we didn't really stand a chance anyway. I don't know how many are left inside. But this is good. These notes might have some way to fight the things, the rockworms that followed me here. I don't know how they knew I was coming, or how they managed to follow me out the dark, but maybe I can work that out now. I found some old newspaper clippings, I guess they're referring to this mine. I had no idea it was so old, so big. I can see now why they built that facility here in the first place. A lot of history buried down here. It worries me though. We've been resting all our hopes of rescue on one of the scientists who escaped right near the start of it all. He got out almost as the chaos began, so we figured that he might have made it out and brought help. But maybe me and him are due the same fate. I must record what's been going on, give the world the answers it needs, so it doesn't fall to prey to what's been released down here. But first, I need to worry about myself, find a way out of here, and work out how to kill these worm things. Professor, observations. God, this is a long article. The creatures are indeed larger than has previously been recorded. The juveniles seem to still be growing, far beyond their natural limits, although the adults have now expired. I will watch with interest to see what the lifespan is of these particular subspecies. The worms appear to have 3 senses, as would be validated by previous research: taste, smell, and an extremely sensitive sense of touch, which allows them to detect vibrations on a rock in the same way that the human eye sees beams of light and processes them into spatial images. The natural prey is insects more than themselves, and heaven help those insects, because the worm is a vicious and efficient killer. Me, he's wrong, they have no sense of smell. Today I attempted to distract them with a concoction I found lying around, but to no avail. God, I breathed and I kind of just squeaked then, and I wasn't too sure what it was. Okay. However, it does seem that they detect movement via vibrations, which would explain how they can see in the dark. Damn, there's almost no way to escape them down here. I'm on their territory now. Lifespan is 3 days and counting. I can still hear them outside the wall, and as an extra precaution, I've locked myself in the smaller study area connected to the main lab room. If they get through the wall, I doubt this door will stop them, but it's better than nothing, barely. For the conclusions, the subspecies of genus Rhyocophila is highly adapted for its environment. If released above the surface, it seems likely that it will quickly destroy the existing rockworm population, and soon after that, the population would grow to a size far outstripping its own food supply. Given the increase in size and lifespan already, due to unknown conditions, I would hypothesize that the worm, if left in such conditions for a reasonable period of time, perhaps 3,000 to 4,000 years, could grow up to a further 3 inches, making it a total of almost 1 foot long. However, should these conditions change, or indeed magnify, physical evolution could occur far more rapidly. I really hope when I turn around, the worm isn't there. It's the 5th day today, and I swear they have all begun to surround my location. I can't tell whether or not they have breached the wall I built, but I am certain they've entered whatever area surrounds this room. The future looks increasingly bleak. I intended to record here with the events of the past year, in the hope that perhaps what occurred could be contained or driven away. Now I realise I could write all I wanted. No one will ever make it down here to read it. So why write this now? Good question. I have no answer. All I do is, I'd rather take my own life than die at the jaws of these hideous monsters. I have tied a noose. Those monsters may feed on my corpse, but they won't take my life. Is he going to be hanging? Scary. He could be hanging in there. No. Right, well, something's happened. That could be part of the worms. Oh.
While you hunt for those delicate, melt-in-your-mouth mousy morsels, there are places you should not go, for fear of death. The Reaper lives here, just like you and I. And just like you and I, he must ingest the living flesh of those less fortunate than him. There is a small place that I do not want you to visit, even on your holidays, because it is dark and evil place that I've been. When the darkness has overwhelmed my small decaying mind, some bad things flowed from my mind and through my pen. The brilliant blue ink itself seemed to turn to blood to my grace. And by the way, should you turn peckish, red is at its finest sautéed with a little engine oil.
What the fuck is this? I really regret that choice of switching that blade light on. But it might prove to be useful about something. Ah, with the UV light there's some text showing on that blank piece of paper. It says, do not read storage password 1371. Okay. That is scary. I might actually leave it on. Right, I'm just gonna run because I don't know what's gonna be triggered now. (1371). Anything could pop out of here. There's a gap on the side here. Don't see no worm. Nope. 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 Whew. But now there's all sorts of crazy stuff that's gonna happen now, surely. On my way back. I'm actually terrified. That room, when I switched the lights on and the music changed, got me. Really got me. Woo. Right, down here. And through here. 1371. Right, I think I'm on to the next area. Yep. A shorter video than before, but I think I'm going to end this video here. I only made it really to try and make up for what I had missed in the last video involving the oh goodness gracious. Right, involving the cutters on the wall, the wire cutters, whatever it was, bolt cutters even.
Really, the hunger is becoming rather uncomfortable.
So yeah, I'm gonna ignore this guy. Well, I'll let him speak.
You cannot be far. I am held captive by a wall
But
of stone in the northeast of
I hope you guys like, share,
As in any drama, there are many
I hope you guys like, share, and subscribe. Sorry,
You
I
must act as scientist in mixing potions.
don't know what happened there. I was distracted by this guy. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm tired. It's 3:45 in the morning now. Please do remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I shall see you all later. And this guy's still rambling, but good night.